We have with us Lakshay Aggarwal, All India Rank 164.
The biggest advice would be that there is no handicap, I would say. I do not come from a very financially well-off background. I have done all my schooling from government schools and even the college was government. But with the advent of internet, I think it has been a great democratizer of education. So there is no handicap. The handicap is only in your head.
How has been your civil services journey? Can you please tell us everything?
So it has been tumultuous at best. So I began in January 24 and I was fortunate enough to get through prelims and then mains. And of course, even in the interview, I got selected in the reserve list. And post that, I started my journey for the next attempt of 2025. But I could not give my best even in 25.
So-called best.
So-called best.
Okay.
Because I got sick before my mains and 20 days passed during that. So 1/4 of the time got removed because of that. And it was a big, I would say, setback in terms of mental peace. As in, I knew that there was this handicap. So I felt that I could not give my best in mains and some papers did not go as planned. Similarly, even in the interview was on the very first day and the interview schedule came out just 4 days before the actual interview.
Exactly.
And I was caught unprepared, And that's why when I got into the interview room, I was very underconfident. But then I thought that we will see how it goes and I have anyways to take another attempt. So I spoke my mind, of course, with utmost sincerity and humility, and God has been gracious enough to give me this rank.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are all very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
And can you tell us what worked for you? Even though you are saying that I couldn't give my best,
Yes, sir.
but whatever you have given your hard work, what do you think clicked for you in securing this rank?
So firstly, going for breadth over depth in mains, covering entire syllabus, every single point, having something unique to write in every keyword, specifically talking about GS ki 4 subjects. I could not give my best in optional, but I did prepare for GS wholeheartedly. And I think that worked very well. I focused on filling all the pages and writing as multi-dimensional and as many points as I possibly could, with all the value additions like diagrams, etc. Focusing more on introduction and conclusions. In 24, I just used to write one-liner afterthought conclusions. Now I wrote conclusions which were material, which gave a thought-provoking style. So I think that would have worked.
Okay. Your optional is commerce and accountancy.
Yes, sir, being a chartered accountant.
Since you come from the background that you have cleared chartered accountant, you are already a chartered accountant and you had cleared that exam with All India Rank 4.
Yes, sir.
So, and here again, you have achieved this rank 164. So, many congratulations. We are all very proud of you. And can you tell us how did you prepare for your optional, commerce and accountancy?
So, sir, in commerce and accountancy, paper 1 overlaps almost a lot with the chartered accountancy. There are a few nitty-gritties which you have to cover, which can be covered by insincerity within a month. And for paper 2, that was a totally new paper. So I, in a sense, prepared only for paper 2. So that was one problem solved, one humongous problem solved. And paper 2 is also on theoretical part, which is a more readable part. And there's not a lot of core theory involved, which may bore you with rote learning. So I just read it like book in 2024. Of course, in 2025, I did some more note making, value additions, etc. So I think that would have helped. But I just did the basic books of authors. I did it from the core books and not the condensed coaching material. I of course referred to that, switched to that in the later versions. But of course, that helped.
And you have been a consistent student of MGP and you have been continuously associated with answer writing.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell us how did this program benefit you? How did mentorship benefited you? Please tell us about that.
So, sir, as I said, I began in Jan 24. So for the first 6 months up until prelims, I was just focused on prelims and I did not give any thought to mains, because if prelims does not work out, then what's left, right? And when I cleared my prelims. As I was telling you, I didn't even know what the 4 GS were. I used to think there are 5 GS. GS1 is essay. I used to think that. Like they are just chronologically 5 GS, right? And of course, that was the level of non-awareness regarding the exam. But I picked up content and started preparing from notes. I remember for society, I just did Shruti Sharma ma'am's notes, nothing else, because the time was so less. And that's where MGP comes in, because the time was so less and I was so underconfident in my preparation. When I wrote MGP's tests and when I got the scores 100 plus, that gave me the boost that I can attempt final mains as well. And when I used to be eagerly waiting for copies on the portal, and so refreshing it again and again. So yeah, I think that helped a lot. That boosted my score a lot. Like I remember the first ethics answer I wrote, FLT I wrote. I was just writing without structure, and the feedback in that copy was that you should stick to IBC format, no matter what the question is. Like in code questions, I used to just write my musings about the code. But even then, of course I implemented the feedback and that's how it worked. But yeah, the feedback was very precise, and I think that's how it made a difference. Of course, in interview, your guidance was, of course, I would say, game changer, and it opened my eyes. Coming from, as I said, I didn't know much about this, how this ecosystem works, how we talk like bureaucrats, how do we conduct ourselves in that setting. Of course, we give interviews in private sector as well, but that is a totally different ball game. So I think that helped a lot, and yeah.
Wonderful. Any advice you want to give to people who are giving mains this year or who are going to attempt this attempt, especially people who are first and second timers?
So I think the biggest advice would be that there is no handicap. I would say, I do not come from a very financially well-off background. I have done all my schooling from government schools, and even the college was government. But with the advent of internet, I think it has been a great democratizer of education. So there is no handicap. The handicap is only in your head, right? And of course in the society as well. Secondly, do not think, again, linking from my handicap point, as I had time as my handicap, that time बहुत limited था, 24 maybe 25 maybe, but I never let it made me feel that I may not do it. Of course, my idea was that I will do my best and we'll see what happens, and I think we saw.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are all very proud of you.
Thank you.
It was wonderful having you here. Okay, let us first ring your success bell.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, great.
Wish a bigger rank.
Yeah, removing the last 2 digits.
Definitely.